Hey y'all, I'm here with my very first client. She is amazing. She's had an amazing journey. I'm very, very proud to have had any input and construction in this. So I'm gonna go ahead and let her introduce herself. So go ahead and tell them who you are, what's your name, and what made you decide to start your journey, and what was your first goal when you wanted to start.
All right, hey y'all, what's up? My name is Ashley. I am one of Coach G's clients, and essentially the reason why I decided to start my fitness journey was, I've always wanted to get back into training. I grew up playing a lot of sports. I'm used to the training that comes with endurance for sports and things like that. And when you go to college, you just get kind of wrapped up in the school stuff and the social life stuff, and fitness becomes less of a priority. So I wanted to start up my fitness journey again to just be more consistent in my health and working out again.
What is one thing you do now that you don't feel like you could have done before?
I will say the discipline is something that I could not have initiated myself before in my fitness journey. Like there were definitely times in my life where I did want to pick back up and I did try to gain that consistency, but like you can have consistency, but sometimes you can't have discipline. Sometimes you'll really, really want to be consistent because you want to show up, but because you don't have that discipline, the consistency will always fade. One can't be without the other.
So, in terms of your nutrition, right, what would you say made you want to build a better relationship with food slash better your nutrition in general?
Oh, yeah, for sure. One of the main things that motivated me to build a better relationship with food was when I realized how hand in hand it went with physical activity,
Mm,
especially manipulating it to my goals as well, my eating habits, that is.
mm,
Because one of the main goals that I had when I initially started working out was to get a bigger booty
period.
um, and to get stronger.
Mm,
But in order to look stronger, you need more food, and you need just as fuel, essentially,
mm,
to build that mass and to keep the mass on there.
mm.
So when I realized how much of a impact it had, built in with physical activity, that's when I started to take my relationship with food a little more seriously, and I started to be more efficient in what I was eating.
Cool, cool. How would you say your relationship with food was before your journey compared to how it is now?
Compared to how it is now, my relationship with food before seems non-existent. I'm not gonna lie.
That is
It feels like I never ate for real. Now that I really am more conscious in what I'm putting in my body, coffee used to be my breakfast. Y'all, let that sit in. There is nothing filling about coffee. There is no true benefits behind having coffee as a meal besides the fact that it'll give you hella energy. That you know what I mean? There's nothing really fulfilling your body with just a drink for breakfast. So that even just looking at that, I'm like, what? Like, who moves like that anymore? Because now for breakfast, I think I have two breakfasts at this point: one lunch and a dinner. And that was a really big deal for me because, again, building body mass helps, define your muscles, and then the more strength training you do, it's just beneficial all around. It really is.
we
Also,
implemented macros into your program. How would you say that benefited you as you went through?
oh yeah, for sure. So I mean, macros as a whole is just they're so important. They really are. Taking into consideration of how much carbs and protein and fats you're intaking, it's all beneficial to your health journey. And I feel like once I really started to become more efficient in implementing them in my diet with you and working with you, it's continued to provide me more energy throughout the day. With that lack of dependence on caffeine, and it just keeps me healthy overall, and just
Mhm.
it helped me just building better habits of eating,
Mhm.
essentially. But yeah, implementing macros was a huge benefit to my diet because it has helped me in my performance as well when I do physical activity.
Nice, nice. How would you say your nutrition now has affected your health in general?
I've noticed changes in my skin and my digestion. Oh, I've definitely it's allowed me to branch out some dietary restrictions that I thought I had, but really it's just be like being picky. But I tend to eat more veggies now, which is something I didn't do before.
Boy, that was
Coach
something
G
we
had
had
to
to
get on me about
overcome.
that. Yep. Coach G always got on me about eating my greens and eating my veggies. So that definitely has had an impact on my health as well, for sure.
What
Mhm.
would you say to someone who, like, whatever doubt they have in their brain, whether it's like they've struggled with food their whole life, they're picky eaters, they have a specific dietary restriction, whatever it is, and they're like they've tried everything else, like whatever doubts and thought processes they may have, what would you tell someone who is hesitant and to bettering their nutrition, and implementing that in their life, making it a lifestyle and doing other things like that?
Okay, for sure. I would recommend that they start to weed out the habits that they already have in order to open up to new methods
Mm-hmm.
and just new methods of just better eating habits overall. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, I tried everything," but you still doing the same thing you was doing, sis. Like you got to
Right.
stop doing what you did first in order to try new stuff. you know.
Right.
Just like with the sorry, I keep using this as an example, but the coffee for breakfast.
Hey
Like
man,
one day
that's what
I
resonates with you.
bruh, that really was my lifeline, y'all. I really thought that that was acceptable. It's not. But, one day I was just like, you know what? No more coffee for breakfast. We're just not going to do that anymore. And I took the time, I made me a breakfast. I had some toast, had some eggs, had some fruit, the most fulfilling thing ever. And I was on 10 that morning. I was attentive. I was a straight thinker. I wasn't as fatigued as I would have been after that cup of coffee. And I feel like a lot of people find it hard to lead off those habits because they probably just don't believe that the new ones will work. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? But I've been doing this, you know what I'm saying? But it's like you want to change what you're doing. So in order to really like give it a chance, you really just have to just get the old habits out of your life, throw them to the side, and be like, okay, this obviously isn't working. This isn't where it's getting me. So let me really open myself to new possibilities. That's the biggest thing. And eating habits are very powerful things.
mm,
But I would just say, slowly but surely, weed yourself off the old and open into the new, and just allow it to work for you. Allow it to work with you, because you never know. Could be the
period.
best thing you ever did.
Period. Okay.
I do plan to take everything I learned from Coach G and from this program with me into my future endeavors.
Awesome. Thank you so much for meeting with me. This was very fun, very exciting. I'm very happy to learn how your journey has been, how it's going. It makes my heart so big. So, yes, I'm very excited, and I will talk to you later.